Okay. First of all, we're going to look and notice that there are 3 coats to the eye. Okay. Now these are on those notes that I asked you to download. So the outermost coat, which are the whites of the eye, are the sclera. Okay. Now, the sclera is white connective tissue. And the sclera, you're going to see, you think is the eye as being a fairly fragile organ. That sclera is anything but fragile. Okay. Now notice that anteriorly, if this is the sclera, which is the white of the eye, anteriorly it's clear. What's that portion? The cornea. What's the cornea do? What's that do? That's going to protect the lens and the iris. It also allows light in. Okay. Now, when we get into lab, okay, first these are the extrinsic eye muscles that we'll talk about here in a bit. But you're going to take that eye and we're going to do a frontal cut so that we cut it like this, front and back. Okay? Now, so this white area that's right here is the sclera. Okay? The second layer that goes around is the choroid. And in the cow, which we're doing cow eyes, okay, that sclera, or I'm sorry, the choroid, is black in color for the most part. But then it has kind of a, you know what an opal looks like? Certain with color on it, opal, and then it has some fluorescent in it. Mm-hmm. That's what that choroid looks like, especially in the cow. Okay? Because when light comes in, and in the cow it hits that choroid, and the fluorescent parts, what does it do? Refract. Shines back out. Most beasts, 4-legged beasts, that choroid is fluorescent. What does that help with?
Night vision.
Night vision. Okay? If we did your eye, what color is it?
Black.
Just black. You don't have, your night vision lousy, okay? Because you don't have that. Now, the choroid is going to come around and anteriorly. Okay, you're going to notice a couple things. Okay, part of the choroid, if this is the cornea, what's this right here?
Iris.
The iris, which is the colored portion of your eye. Okay? What goes through the middle of the iris? What's that opening? The pupil. Okay? What's the, well, first of all, iris, smooth muscle or skeletal muscle? Smooth. What's it do? Yeah, so it constricts and opens and does that. What's it do? Regulates how much light enters the eye. Okay? So it controls the size of the pupil. In you, what shape's your pupil? Round. In your dog, what shape's the pupil? Round. What shape is it in a cat? Kind of a slit. Shape is it in a cow? Kind of oblong. All right. Then behind that, okay, what's this? Lens, which is connective tissue, but it's clear. Okay? What's the function of the lens? What does it do?
Light out.
Focuses the
Light wave.
light back on the
Retina.
retina. Okay? Now, back here you've got two different things. Okay, if this is the lens, these kind of white things that are there, now remember this lens is kind of three-dimensional, kind of a three-dimensional sphere type of thing. Okay? These are the suspensory ligaments that go all the way around. What do the suspensory ligaments do? Suspend the lens in place, keeps it in place. Okay? Attached to the suspensory ligament is the ciliary muscle. Okay, or the ciliary body. What does the ciliary muscle do?
Contracts. Flexes the lens.
I know. What kind of ciliary muscle or ciliary body? What kind of muscle?
They're involuntary.
Well, let's decide what it does and then decide where it's smooth or skeletal. What does that ciliary muscle do?
Contracts the
Yeah, okay. It
ligament.
contracts and does what?
Move the lens back.
Yeah. It changes the shape of the lens. Okay, so what does that allow for?
More or less light.
The ability to see up close or distance. Okay? So that ciliary muscle then pulls on the suspensory ligaments, which changes the shape of the lens and allows you to focus the light back here on whether it's distance or close. All right? Smooth or skeletal? You don't have any control over it, any conscious control. It's smooth muscle. You can't control what you focus on. Okay? So that's smooth muscle. Now, when we look at this, okay, when we cut open that cow eye,